everyone and welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So I popped over to the plot this morning. I've only got a couple of hours really. I don't want to leave Rob in the house too long because it's quite warm again today. So yeah, just thought I'd quickly pop down here, give everything a check over. I did come and water last night and I want to show you a couple of bits because it's so exciting. Well, for me anyway. But we did get a bit of rain last night, so I just want to check over the ground and I might give it a little bit more of a water, just a little bit, kind of like a sprinkle, just to make sure that everything that rained last night didn't evaporate over the day. It is meant to rain again today, but you just never know. It always says it's gonna and then it doesn't, so I'm not quite sure. So we'll just give it a little bit of a sprinkle just to make sure it's kind of holding its water. But yeah, some really exciting things happening. I'll quickly show you around. So first of all, the squash bed and courgettes and pumpkins have gone absolutely crazy. They look absolutely beautiful. So I'm hoping I should get some courgettes off them very shortly, and I'm not sure what to do about the squashes because there's so many in here now. I planted them kind of as a backup plan, and I'm a little bit worried that there's too many in here, but I'm going to leave it a couple more weeks and we'll just see. But yeah, this one looks really interesting. I can't remember exactly what the name is and what they're meant to look like, but I kind of just went by the looks rather than kind of what they are. So I'm hoping that I do like Halloween and I love going kind of all out. I don't really do much at Christmas, so I just thought it'd be really nice to have a couple of different varieties that we can put around the house and just outside, so it'd be really nice. And I did also notice one of the baby boos have come up, so that's always good. Is that another one coming up there? Possibly another one here, but I don't know whether that's a weed or not. I might give this bed a little bit of a weed just because managing to keep on top of this one. All the leeks are coming up really well, and the spring onions did manage to kind of hold themselves in, which is good. I was a little bit worried about them because I'm worried I didn't put them as far into the ground as I hoped. But they're doing all right. And then the carrots are doing lovely. I might try and pull some of these bigger ones today and then just leave the little ones at the side. I'm just worried about pulling the ground too much because I don't want to get any carrot fly. So fingers crossed I don't do too much damage. And then all the tomatoes have come up absolutely lovely. These haven't been covered. I was worried because they weren't going to go in a polytunnel that they weren't going to kind of take, or it was going to be too cold at night, but I think I got them in the ground just at the right time when we had all that hot weather, so they have held. This one here you can see is kind of starting to bend a little bit, so I have got some bamboo canes that I'm just going to put in, and I'm just going to clip them to them just to give it a little bit more stability. But no tomatoes yet. I don't know whether, oh, there are some coming up here. Don't know if you can just see them. That's so exciting, finally. Oh, that's nice. And then what I am going to do today is I'm going to pull up a couple of the garlic and some of the onions that look ready to go, like these ones here. I kind of think these are ready now, and they've started to shoot up, so I did take some of them, the tops off as well. Also, I do have to show you this because this is hilarious to me. So I kind of left this one just to see what it would go to seed because I had so many of the other ones. This one is grown back from one that I cut as well, so that's always a nice little one. Rather than picking leaves off, I kind of just, because I've got so many of them, I cut them off, and this one has actually split, and now I'm getting two lots of lettuce. So I think I am going to continue with cutting them at the bottom and doing it that way. But this will be really exciting to see what it looks like just to go to seed. And the big sunflower that I had no idea was even going to come up, it is absolutely massive now. I don't know if you can see it kind of compared to the rest of the bed, so that's really exciting. I can't wait to kind of see what happens with that. That'll be good. And then my peas and beans have done amazing. I kind of turned up yesterday and noticed a couple on there, and then when I popped up this morning I really noticed how many that there were. So I'm going to harvest some of these today I haven't seen anything on the edamame beans yet. Not quite sure how long they will take or even if they're going to work, but they still seem alive and they're growing pretty well, so they should be okay. And then these are the spring onions that I planted into the pot, and I am going to move this away because they're being pulled by the this one random pea that decided to survive when the others didn't. So it's starting to grab on. Actually, I'm going to move that now, I think, because it is starting to pull them all across. So I'll find somewhere else to put that. I've got loads of shoots coming off of the strawberry, so I did pull some off last night, and a couple of them are coming off of the ones that I planted in already, so I'm going to pull those. I am going to do a little test on these ones and cut some of them off and put them into pots and see if they do survive, but I'm not sure. Apparently it's not advised, but always good to have a little tester. And then something I'm really excited about is my rose bush has started to bud, and I just think they're going to be absolutely beautiful. I've got so many coming up. I've got one over here as well, one that's starting to bloom here, so I just need to pull that back through this way. But yeah, really exciting. And then the one I'm most excited about is my raspberry bush. So there seems to be so many on here. There's loads around the back as well. So I just want to see what I can do in regards to kind of making it a little less bushy in this way and kind of stem them off a little bit and see what I can do about that. But I'm worried I've left it a little bit too late, but we should be okay. This one looks like a completely new shoot. Oh, does that mean I've got two? We'll see, but yeah, really exciting. So yeah, aim of the game today is to harvest as much as I can and then kind of put together an idea of how much like area I've still got. And I also want to get these boards down today. I don't want to plan too much because I always plan loads and then never get it done because I think I've got more time. Or no, it's not that I think I've got more time than I have, it's because I think jobs take less time to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cardboard down first, because that is kind of the main thing I really need to get done today before it gets completely overgrown, and then I can start harvesting some bits. Okay, so as you can see, I've just put down in this area. I'm going to leave this bit here, and then I think next year I'm going to build a better climbing kind of all the way across here, maybe all the way down to there once the Christmas bed is all done. Then this will be my pathway, and then hopefully next year I might even make this some metal raised beds and have things like herbs and kind of just like little bits that I can kind of pick at, and on kind of like on one side, and then I can use the other side for maybe some sweet corn, or have the brassica cage here, and I can almost use like the raised beds to kind of hold up the kind of the blue netting, if that makes sense. So fingers crossed, we'll see. But yeah, please have managed to get that done, because it's also cleared out my shed as well, which is nice. I can finally walk in it and it not be an issue. So next up, I'm going to try and use some of the strawberry shoots and runners. I'm going to take some of these and put them into pots. Okay, so one thing I have noticed is that in the fruit cage, one of my raspberry plants was doing really well, and then I've just noticed this morning that all the leaves are kind of dying back, but the stem looks pretty good. So I'm hoping if I can just repot it, it might be okay, it might survive, but we'll see. So this is it here, and all the leaves were huge, and I'm hoping, I think this one is officially dead, so I'm hoping if I move it from this pot to this pot just for now until I can get an even bigger one, I'm hoping we might be able to save it. I think this one's officially dead. some fresh compost in with it as well, just to try and hopefully give it a little bit of nutrients. See, the actual stems on them, I don't know if you can see, all the bits coming off them look pretty green. So I'm hoping that's a good sign. Okay, I think that should be all right. See how that comes out. See if it helps a little bit at all. One thing I do want to get done today as well, I've only got about an hour left, so I do really want to repot the roses because I think one of the pots is getting a little bit too small, and I have got these pots here that were for the tulips. Now they've all died off. I want to take the bulbs out because someone said if you take them out, keep them dry, they'll be fine for next year. So I'm going to do that, and then next year I can have a really nice actual bed of tulips and just kind of leave them in the ground. So I've got two of those and I've got the two roses, so it's perfect. So I'm going to quickly empty them out and put the roses in there, and then hopefully that might help them blossom a little bit better as well. Okay, so bad news is that we lost one of the pots, one of them cracked. So, but it's just broken from like here down. So I'm wondering if I can just use the bottom half and plant something else in it. So maybe some herbs or something like that. Might be quite nice. Something that doesn't need a lot of root. So we'll see how that goes. Probably could have used that for my strawberries. I should have done that first, shouldn't I? Never mind. Okay, so there's a big ant's nest at the bottom of that rose. Brilliant. I've already been bitten once today, so which I think I'm having an allergic reaction to, but we'll see. Done. Looks a little bit nicer as well. So I'll give it a good water. I'll pop it back where it is at the moment, but I'm thinking about putting it next to the shed in the long run. So pretty pleased I managed to get this one potted. The other one isn't too bad because that one's definitely going to stay there. So, and it seems to be blossoming absolutely fine. So I'm not too bothered, but I was worried about this one because a couple of the bits are dying off. So I definitely wanted to get this one potted up. Okay, so moment of truth, guys. I'm going to empty out the potatoes and actually see if anything's grown underneath. I don't think I did it deep enough, so we'll see, but I've not got my hopes up too much. We have. Well, that's really, really exciting because I genuinely didn't think this was going to work. The other one, I didn't think had enough holes in it. But yeah, we got potatoes. Okay, so they are small, but I can feel like the individual bits. So I think we should be okay. And then some of the onions haven't turned out quite as well as I hoped. I'm going to leave some more in there and just see how they go. But if they kind of don't get anywhere soon, I am thinking about taking them out and putting something else in there because I'm starting to feel like it's a little bit of a wasted space if they aren't growing at all, but we'll see. And then I've just picked these. So some of them are that I've left on there are still very small, but they're pretty good. Some of them are the ambassador peas and some of them are mange too, I think. But either way, pretty happy. I've also just managed to get a massive harvest of carrots. So I have actually got some in the fridge at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all of these down and freeze them up, I think, and just use them in like a stew or something like that. So yeah, pleased with them. Some of them are really, really good. Some of them are a lot orange, more orange, sorry, than the others. But I do think as well, I didn't thin them out. So given that they're not being thinned out, I think they're pretty good size. But I think that's going to conclude it for today, guys, because I've got to get off, get back to Robbie, get him his lunch, and get me some lunch as well. I'm absolutely starving now. But thank you so much for watching. A really nice, productive day, I think. Managed to get loads of the little jobs done that I've been meaning to do for a really long time and just haven't got around to doing it. I'm absolutely caked in mud though. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely week and take care. Bye, guys.